Football Focus exclusive, Tottenham breaking news. Ange Postecoglou sack verdict given as former Tottenham Hotspur manager faces brutal decision. Subscribe to our channel to get daily Tottenham breaking news and analysis through voice. Listen to the news and let us know what kind of news you want in the comments. Let's get to the main topic. Ange Postecoglou's Nottingham Forest nightmare continues to deepen, with the former Tottenham Hotspur manager now standing on the edge of one of the toughest moments of his career. After 7 games without a win, the Australian coach faces mounting pressure from fans and reports suggesting the club's ownership may consider a change during the international break. Yet amidst the growing tension, one of football's most respected voices, Alan Shearer, has delivered a strong message that may influence how the Forest hierarchy approaches the next chapter of Postecoglou's reign. Postecoglou's arrival at the City Ground was seen as a statement appointment after leaving Tottenham, where his attacking brand of football had initially captivated fans. Forest fans believed he could build upon the steady structure left behind by Nuno Espirito Santo. Instead, the project has unraveled quickly. The atmosphere around the club, which last season was buzzing with unity and purpose, now feels tense and uncertain. Defeats have become a worrying pattern, and Forest supporters who once welcomed Ange's ambition are now questioning whether his style fits the squad he inherited. The chants of "You're getting sacked in the morning" that echoed across the City Ground during their Europa League defeat to Midtjylland told their own story. For the first time since taking over, Postecoglou's position felt visibly fragile. Forest, once built on energy, compact shape, and clinical counterattacks, now appeared disjointed and vulnerable. The team looks unsure whether to embrace Postecoglou's possession-based football or revert to the pragmatic approach that secured survival and progress under Nuno. Alan Shearer, who knows the pressures of Premier League management and the weight of fan expectation, has weighed in on the situation with a perspective that cuts through the emotion. Speaking about Forest's struggles, Shearer said he wouldn't be surprised if the club made a change, but insisted that doing so after just 7 games would be wrong. 7 games is ridiculous, Shearer said. You never know with owners nowadays, but I do look at Nottingham Forest and think, how were they successful last season? They sat deep, hit teams on the break, and built everything around Chris Wood's presence up front. They had pace, energy, and purpose. That's missing now. Shearer's assessment captures what many analysts have noticed. Forest's tactical identity has been diluted. The sharp counterattacks that once hurt opponents have been replaced by slower, more methodical play. Postecoglou, famous for his high-possession, aggressive pressing style, has tried to implement a new philosophy, but with a squad assembled for a very different game plan, results have suffered. It's a reminder that philosophy in football, while noble, often collides with reality. Postecoglou himself remains defiant. Following the 2-0 defeat at Newcastle, he spoke openly about the situation and the criticism surrounding his job. If people want to make an assessment of me after 3.5 weeks, there's nothing I can do about that. At the same time, there's nothing wrong with things being tough. That's okay. I could have been sitting on a couch watching the game tonight, but I'd rather be here, much rather be here. Those words reflect Postecoglou's character, defiant, committed, and unwilling to walk away from a challenge. It's the same attitude that helped him climb from Australia's domestic league to managing at the highest levels of European football. But football can be brutal. Nottingham Forest's ownership, led by Evangelos Marinakis, has never been known for excessive patience. Reports have already suggested that a poor start could result in a managerial review during the current international break. Postecoglou's biggest problem isn't just results, it's the perception that his approach doesn't suit the squad. Players like Chris Wood, Anthony Elanga, and Morgan Gibbs-White thrived in a transition-based system. Now, with Postecoglou urging them to play higher up the pitch and control possession, they seem caught between 2 identities. The Forest defense, once compact and disciplined, now looks exposed when pushed forward. Fans who admired Ange's Tottenham for their courage are beginning to question whether the same methods can work at a club built on different foundations. Yet, there's an argument to be made for patience. 7 games is barely enough time to introduce a philosophy, let alone transform a squad. Postecoglou systems historically take months to settle. It was the same at Celtic, where early setbacks were followed by remarkable success once the players adapted. Forest's issue, however, is the immediacy of Premier League football, where patience is a luxury few can afford. Shearer's words of calm may resonate at the City ground. "I don't think they should make a change," he said. "The team just needs time. Last season they were good because they knew who they were. They had an identity. That's what's missing now, but it doesn't mean it can't come back." His comments underline the belief that Postecoglou deserves the chance to find balance between his attacking vision and Forest's existing strengths. The fans remain divided. Some see signs of progress in Forest's approach, more possession, more courage and build-up, and moments where the team looks closer to understanding Postecoglou's blueprint. Others see vulnerability and a manager out of touch with the squad's strengths. It's a divide that mirrors the one he experienced at Tottenham before leaving. Supporters who once adored his authenticity and boldness began to question his tactical stubbornness when results dipped. What cannot be denied is Postecoglou's influence on every team he leads. He's not a manager who blends into the background. His energy, conviction, and honesty make him a figure players often admire even through tough times. Inside the Forest camp, it's understood that he's maintained strong communication with the squad, emphasizing unity and resilience. Whether that spirit can translate into results will determine his future. The upcoming fixtures will be crucial. After the international break, Forest face a challenging run that could either rebuild momentum or seal Postecoglou's fate. Wins would silence doubts and restore belief, but continued struggles might leave Marinakis with a decision too big to ignore. For now, the club insists that Postecoglou remains supported, but whispers from inside the football corridors suggest otherwise. Football, in its modern form, is unforgiving. Managers rarely get the breathing space to embed their philosophy, especially when early results falter. Postecoglou's methods are designed for long-term success, not short-term rescue missions. The question is whether Nottingham Forest, a club with ambition and volatility in equal measure, can wait long enough to see it through. Alan Shearer's words may serve as a rare moment of perspective in the storm. "It wouldn't surprise me if they make a change," he said, "but I don't think they should." That balance between realism and fairness encapsulates the entire debate around Ange's future. Everyone sees the problems, not everyone agrees on the solution. Postecoglou's next move will define more than just his tenure at Nottingham Forest. It will reveal whether his footballing ideals can withstand the Premier League's relentless pressure once more. For now, he stands in the middle of it, refusing to give up, embracing the challenge, and daring to build something lasting in a world that rarely allows it. If Nottingham Forest decide to back him, they'll be choosing a journey that may take time, but could reward them with identity and excitement. If they decide otherwise, they risk resetting again, chasing short-term stability over long-term growth. The verdict is close, the stakes are enormous, and the next match may tell us whether Postecoglou's City ground story is one of revival or regret.